Hey guys. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about placenta encapsulation. So if you want to hear about my experience, then just keep on watching. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sabra Casey. I am a mom of two little ones. My son Liam is 2.5 years old, and my daughter Lucille right here, she is 3 months. On my channel, you will find primarily mommy content, as well as some cleaning and money-saving videos sprinkled in. So if that kind of stuff interests you, then make sure to hit that red subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any other videos. Okay, so just to start out this video with a disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I am not a midwife, I'm not a lactation consultant, I'm not a doula, I am none of those things. I am just a mom who is sharing my experience. I actually have done the placenta encapsulation with both of my kids. With both of them, I ended up having a C-section. Liam's was an emergency C-section. We had actually planned on a natural water birth at a birthing center, but it didn't happen. I won't go into details on this video. But I had a C-section with him. I was still able to do the placenta encapsulation because we planned on that. And then with Lucille, I had to have a scheduled C-section because of a issue with my placenta. And again, I won't get into details. I don't want to take up too much of this video. But if you're interested in that, go and watch my pregnancy updates with Lucille. I will link that playlist below and you can get some more info on that. But we had planned on doing the placenta encapsulation with Lucy. There was a chance we may or may not be able to do it, but we went ahead and planned for it just in case. All that to say that you don't have to have a vaginal birth just to do placenta encapsulation. As long as your placenta is good, there's no reason why they can't do it. With Liam and Lucy, we had the same doula for both of them because the doula we had the first time, they were so great, we wanted to use them again, and we're still in the same general Metroplex area, so we wanted to use the same one. And she also performs the placenta encapsulation as well. And most doulas, if they do the placenta encapsulation, they typically will give you a discount because you're kind of batching services, so check with them on that. You can actually do your placenta yourself. You can actually do the encapsulation yourself. Personally, I did not want to have one more thing to have to think about or deal with after giving birth, regardless of if it's a vaginal or C-section. And I was just worried about things being sterile and everything, but just know that you can do it yourself, but I just didn't want to. I would rather have somebody do it for me. So the way that our doula did it was they actually will take the placenta from the hospital. So obviously you want to make arrangements beforehand. Usually you have to pay some sort of a deposit and all that kind of stuff. And also with the hospital, there's some paperwork that you need to sign, basically saying that you're taking your placenta. You have to have paperwork for that. We also had a cooler that we brought to the hospital and Ziploc baggies, and we made sure that everybody knew kind of just what was going on. Because my second birth was a scheduled C-section, we did have a little bit more planning as far as stuff like that goes, but regardless, it's really not that big of a deal. So we brought the cooler, we made sure the nurses knew about it, we made sure everybody knew about it, and it was my husband's responsibility as soon as I got out of surgery, or I guess as soon as he was able, to contact the doula so they could come up to the hospital and get the placenta. So they will come up to the hospital, get your placenta, and take it, and they'll do the encapsulation. Check with whoever is doing yours because I don't know why it would be different, but there's, so many days. And the way that it worked out is we went in for the C-section on Tuesday, and then when we came home on Thursday, it was already ready. So they actually came and delivered it to our house. So we really didn't have to do anything except bring a cooler to the hospital. They came and picked it up, and then they came and brought it to our house. So again, every doula is probably different, but I think that's a pretty nice perk right there. Regardless of if you decide to do it at home or if you hire somebody to do it, make sure you look at their credentials and just kind of their background and certifications and things like that. So just kind of going into why I decided to do the placenta encapsulation, I did a ton of research on it while I was pregnant with Liam, and I really couldn't find any negatives to it. Granted, there's not a whole lot of research on it, but in my opinion, all of the pros that I found on it, I felt like it couldn't hurt. Even if it had like a placebo effect, I feel like it helped me both times, which is probably the answer that you're looking for. That's why you clicked on this video. I really think that it helped both times, and I would definitely do it again. So the capsules look just like vitamins. They're in that, they've got that kind of plastic coating. I could not taste them. I know some people say there's like a weird kind of, you know, with vitamins, sometimes you can get a weird aftertaste. I couldn't tell. I mean, it was just like taking vitamins. My doula delivered the placenta capsules in this just pill bottle, and actually there was 2 of them. Depending on the size of your placenta, I know there's like a range of how many capsules you can get. It just depends on the size of it, but I got 2 of these, and each one of these had 113 capsules in them, so that's quite a few. So some of the main benefits that I found when I was doing my research was that ingesting your placenta can help with your milk production. If you are breastfeeding, it can just help. I mean, you don't want an oversupply or anything, but it can just kind of help everything get going. It's also super high in iron, which is very important because of all the blood that you've lost giving birth and bleeding and just everything like that. One of the things that you do want to keep in mind is you don't want to take your placenta capsules with your prenatal vitamin. I've always continued to take my prenatals while breastfeeding just because of all the good stuff that's in it. But if your prenatal has a lot of iron in it, which most do, you just want to space them out. And your doula or whoever you hire should go over that with you because you don't want to ingest too much iron at one time. It has also been shown to help with decreasing your bleeding after birth. With both of my births, she's really getting after. With both of my births, I did not have a whole lot of bleeding. With Lucy, I had even less than I did with Liam. And then also, I didn't have any issues with milk supply in the beginning, like as far as milk coming in and then breastfeeding. Again, I don't know if I would have had those 2 things happen if I didn't take my placenta, but again, I don't see any harm in taking it. The main point that got me convinced to do the placenta encapsulation was you've spent 9 months building up this placenta, and your placenta is full of hormones. By the end of your pregnancy, your placenta is producing 3 times the amount of hormones that it did in the beginning. So you've got your placenta that is just full of all these hormones that your body's getting, you know, you and the baby are getting, and then you give birth and you expel your placenta and you're losing all of those hormones all at one time. So can you imagine the emotional just ups and downs that you're going to have from losing all those hormones all at once? So that was the main thing for me that had me convinced to at least give it a try, just because I personally am prone to anxiety and depression, and I'm gonna keep saying it, I just thought it couldn't hurt. So with Liam, I did have a bit of anxiety in the beginning, and then I would notice whenever I would take the placenta that I would feel a little bit more evened out. With Lucy, I did not have any of that while I was taking the placenta pills, because I want to say I got maybe 5 weeks or so out of my placenta. Your duration is going to vary just based on the size of your placenta and how many capsules you got. So my doula included this both times. It's just a little card, and it talks about the dosage. And so the first 5 days, you're gonna take 2 capsules 3 times a day. Day 6 through 10, 2 capsules 2 times a day. And then days 10 plus, 2 capsules once a day or as needed. And by then, you're gonna kind of get a feel to how you feel once you take them and all that kind of stuff. You can also freeze them, I guess, if there's too many or if you didn't take them. I didn't have any left over after 6 weeks. So my doula charged around $200 for everything. And if I remember correctly, that was after the discount. I think it was maybe $250 if you're just using them for placenta. I personally wanted all the help that I could get both times. So to wrap up this video, because she is getting upset, I would definitely recommend doing placenta encapsulation. I had a good experience with it both times. I will definitely do it again. And I really felt like it helped in the beginning because there's a lot going on those first 6 weeks. So I really felt like it helped me. So if you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below. I will see y'all in the next one. Say bye. Say bye, bye, bye. Say bye, bye.